Kathy Swift from the Commonwealth Center for Holistic Herbalism, and I'm going to talk about the mason jar French press, which is like a unicorn. I did not think that these existed. I was like, oh, wouldn't it be awesome if there was a mason jar French press? And it took a while, but I did find one. It's made by Simple Life Cycle, and their idea is that French presses break sometimes, and when they do, you pretty much have to throw the whole thing away, or if it's certain brands, you can replace the glass, but it's really expensive. Whereas these straight-sided pint-and-a-half mason jars you can get for like 75 cents. So if it breaks, then you just replace it, and that's pretty awesome. So it has a silicone sleeve with a handle that is good so that you don't burn yourself. I'll put that on in a second. And then it has the pressy part, and it has this spout. And when I was first reading the reviews for this on Amazon, some people were saying that the spout leaks if you don't line it up perfectly, and it's really hard to do. And I was like, well, maybe it will be really hard, but I really want a mason jar French press, so I'm gonna try it anyway. You guys, it's really easy. So if you just line it up, I'll show you here. On the inside, maybe you can see, there's threading. And on your mason jar, there's threading, and they match perfectly. And I don't even actually screw it on. I just look through the glass of the mason jar and find the matching place of the threading where it looks exactly the same, like the bottom thread ends and then the top thread ends. And I kind of line them up and just push it on. Presto, it's perfectly lined up. No problem at all, took 2 seconds. You can see that the threading, beginning and end here, the beginning and the end, lines right up with the spout. So there's no question about what you need to line up. Then you can get your jar, and you can see on the jar the beginning and the end of the threading here. So I'll turn it around so you can see clearly, see the beginning and the end. And the same on here, the beginning and the end with the spout. So I just line that up. It's really hard to do this with a camera in the way, but there we go. Line it up. You can check it. Whoops, there you go. You can check it. You can see that the glass threading is lined right up with the silicone threading, and the spout is facing forward. That's all you gotta do. Ready to go. And we can put it in its silicone sleeve. Okay, and now I figured we should make some tea, because that's a great idea. One of my favorite teas is Tulsi, which is often called holy basil. There we go. And some wood betony. This is Eastern wood betony, or Stachys officinalis. In the West, they often refer to a plant that is pedicularis, and lots of different species of pedicularis, and they refer to that as wood betony, different plants totally. And rose petals. And this is, oh my God, these smell so good. Can't even tell you. I wish you could smell it through the video. So let's see, and then we'll put on some water and I'll tell you about these plants. Just add hot water. Presto. Right, so then we will put the press on. And we'll let that hang out. The top is all silicone, so I'm not too concerned about it. All right, so while that is steeping, I'll tell you about these plants. Tulsi is my favorite for everything from I got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning and I am cranky, all the way to something really awful happened, even something traumatic happened, and I need to turn to something that I know will help me get through it. Tulsi is there for you. Tulsi is also really great at supporting the endocrine system, so that's your adrenal glands, blood sugar levels, all that kind of good stuff. Also, anytime that you think of the word stress, you're responding to that with the endocrine system. So any kind of stress stuff, Tulsi's going to be great. Tulsi also has been shown to stimulate the function of the hippocampus, which is where we process our short-term memories into our long-term memories, and that's where we kind of get over the stuff that happens to us every day. And if it's hard to get past something, Tulsi can help with that. All right, wood betony. I love this plant so much that it is tattooed on my arm right here, actually, and Tulsi's right here. Wood betony is a great plant for people who are kind of stuck in their heads. Helps you come down into your body, helps you stop thinking over and over again about your to-do list and how you could have done it better or whatever you're stressing out about. Also really nice for migraines and really any kind of headache. It's very, very nice. So that it doesn't have any particular analgesic action. It's not a painkiller, but it's just that grounding feeling of getting back in touch with your body and not being so stuck in your head. And then rose petals, oh my goodness. So rose is really great when you have those kinds of stressful feelings that make you feel like you're kind of being hunted. And if you think about how a rose bush grows, especially in the wild, they're kind of like giant umbrellas, and if you look, there's little tracks all through them where the little bunnies and the squirrels and the chipmunks hide because predators like foxes and hawks can't get through the thorny brambles. So if your stress load makes you feel like a small furry animal who is running from a fox or a hawk, and you would like a thorny umbrella to hide under so that you felt protected, then rose is exactly the plant that you're looking for. All right, so we might let this steep a little longer, but just to give it a go here, just pour it out and you'll notice no leaking. Really, that whole lining up the threads on the lid thing, not an issue. So if that has scared you about, oh, I don't know, maybe this French press will be hard to use, I'm so glad that I took the risk because super easy and super cool, my own personal French press that I can just carry around with me. And if anything happens, just toss in another 75-cent mason jar. So great. All right, you guys. Happy tea.